Are you spending all of your time playing video games or binging shows because you're lonely? I've been there for over a decade. What if the things that make us feel better are actually the main villains? Imagine this: you have a broken arm. It hurts a lot, so you take some painkillers. Side effect of those painkillers? They add up the pain that you didn't feel now for later. But you don't know any better. So you keep taking those painkillers, adding up more pain, keeping you stuck inside that loop. But unless you actually go for the real issue, that your arm is broken, things aren't going to change. Your broken arm is your core issue. Maybe trauma, maybe addiction. For me, it was both. The painkillers or your cope. Netflix, video games. Unless you tackle the real issues, you're never going to move forward. In hindsight, I imagine this to be like the Matrix. You either take the blue pill or the red pill. Taking the blue pill is basically blindsiding yourself to the fact you have a broken arm. You keep taking those copes, those painkillers, because it's easier. You might believe that we want to get out of that, but actually, we're manipulating ourselves by blindsiding ourselves to the core issue, the real pain, just taking the easy route, the loop. Or we take the red pill, we accept the fact that we have a broken arm, that we have trauma, addiction. Accepting these things is the actual first step for you to move forward. It took me years to accept that I have video game addiction. Years to understand that I was traumatized by childhood neglect. We all have an ego. Our brain, our ego wants to protect us. My brain always wanted to keep me away from being hurt, from facing reality, whether I'm worthy of love or not, to endure and go towards that pain that exists inside of me. Tears that needed to go out, emotions that I needed to feel. Running away from them was way easier, but they never helped. The harsh reality of this world is that we need to do hard things. Things are sometimes simply difficult, but doing the difficult things is the best thing in your life. Once you accomplish those things, overcome those things, life becomes better, easier, and lighter. When I was 18, my cousin was the polar opposite of me. He would be fully into social life, while I would be stuck playing video games 10 to 12 hours a day. He would actually invite me many times to go out. I declined more often than not. And at some point, this annoyed him. So he stopped. Other people that I had gotten to know through school also stopped. I did this to myself. I preferred being on video games to be stuck with these feelings and actually feel lonely now that I think about it. By my own choice, I decided that that is safer than going out there, actually getting to embrace and feel what is actually hiding inside of me. I was trying to run from that. And maybe you're doing the same. And I get it. It's difficult to face these feelings. It's difficult to accept that we might be not broken, but hurt. And these things can heal, but you need to face them and allow them to heal. But an even harsher reality is that nobody is going to save you. Nobody but yourself. I've been in that horrible position for almost a decade. And it wasn't until I myself started to change things, started to go out, started to attack my broken arm. Nobody, and it hurts me to say this, is gonna try and be your savior. You need to be your own first medic, your first aid. Once you start that, you can actually open up a little to allow others and get them to know that you need help. But unless you take the first step, nobody is coming to save you. And I say this from the bottom of my heart with love. Start to treat yourself better. If you want others to treat yourself better, start by doing that yourself. Treat yourself the way that you wish others would. Because when they see that, they can respect that. And you can demand the same thing and get the same thing. Start healing yourself first. However, there was also a good side to all of these things. Yes, I was traumatized, had childhood neglect, I was addicted to video games, and I've what feels like wasted years. But still, all of these things, they've allowed me to be the person that I am now. They've opened up my eyes to this new day and age. The fact that most of us are actually addicted. Most of us have some kind of trauma. We all are running around not taking care of our mental health, of our well being inside of ourselves. We have zero physical issues these days, most of the time. We have food, we have some roof over our heads. All of these things were problems of the past. These generations, we have issues with our mental world. What I'm trying to get at is that you can be one of those people who understand that, who work on themselves and see the world for what it is. Just like with the Matrix, you've taken the red pill. You see that video games are actually terrible for almost anybody out there. You see that social media is just wasting your time 90% of the time. That you are wasting your time. And that once you heal, this will become your new strength. You will seek out strength, improvement. You will become a better version of yourself than you can ever imagine if you take that trauma, that problem you have, as fuel. My trauma is the main reason that I want to change, that I want to become better every day, because I don't want to live that version of myself. I don't want to be that Kerim anymore that sits in front of his computer all day long and then just cries himself to sleep. That version that had nobody to care for him, to have a birthday where not a single person would congratulate me. I don't want that anymore. So I take it as fuel, as motivation to be better each day. And it's incredibly fun. It's filling me with pride to have come this far. Imagine, just for a moment, close your eyes and imagine you did the same. It took you years, blood and tears, but you're different. You have people that care for you. You have confidence. You can tackle problems that you could have never imagined before. How does that feel? Isn't it worth going through some of that pain that awaits you? We've all binged shows, and I've watched a lot of shonen anime, but I've started to see myself as an anime character. Think of it as chapter change. You're way too weak to tackle the next problem. There's this enemy that you had to beat. Think of it as your training arc. All of this pain is basically your training arc. You're pumping your muscles, your energy levels are rising, you're just becoming stronger, leveling up. Doing this has helped me. It's your chapter of change that begins now. How many people out there are actually trying to endure pain? How many people out there are trying to go away from these bad habits? You can become your own anime character to be stronger than most people out there, mentally and physically, if you start to work out. See the positive sides to most of the things. It will ease up the pain. Think about the goal you want to reach, not just the pain you are having now. Remember why you are having this. But if the pain of waking up without friends, feeling lonely and hopeless, is too much to handle, I get it. I've been there for over a decade, which is why I've made a video about the best tips that I can give you if you're in that situation. So check it out.